When you look at this roster, obviously quarterback an area that is concerned. What's the other area that you look at and you go, man, they just need to get better at it?
I think wide receiver's got to be maybe the biggest bugaboo on this team outside of the quarterback position. There's just not a lot of experience there, right? You have Jerry Jeudy, who you feel pretty good about. I think last year he did prove that he can be a number one wide receiver for some team. And I tell you, like watching him in OTAs and minicamp, like he just has a different energy about him this year. I think there's a comfortability there now that he's been here for a year, where he seems locked in. He seems like he's on the same page with a guy with somebody like Joe Flacco already. Kenny Pickett really went to him a lot because it's an easy person to target when you don't know where else to go with the football because there's not as much experience or on this on in that room. So behind Jerry Jeudy though, it's Cedric Tillman who the team feels really good about, but has yet to do it at a consistent level. I think they're expecting him to take a leap. You have Deontay Johnson, which listen, if he can sort of stay focused and bought into the organization, Deontay Johnson is a pretty good number two wide receiver to have, in my estimation. I mean, he's not that far removed from being a Pro Bowler. Like last year with the Panthers, he was actually on pace to probably put up like 800, 900 yards in a decent season there. But then, things kind of fell apart. And then we know what happened when he was with Baltimore and so on and so forth. But like, okay, so, but there's just too many questions. And none of those guys are really slot receivers. Jerry Jeudy could do it if you really wanted him to, but he's your number one guy. You're not going to move him inside. And so, are you really banking on Jamari Thrash to be your starting slot receiver? I don't know about that. So, I think wide receiver is the obvious next choice in terms of a position group that probably needs to be addressed or still has some work to do or some convincing to do. And I do think like the wide receiver room we see right now won't be the wide receiver room we see come week one because I think Andrew Berry is going to make some move with that group during training camp or after training camp. Maybe it's somebody who gets released by another team to just kind of bolster it a little bit and bring in a little bit more experience than what they have right now.